I said no. I've worked extremely hard for this money. And while I feel for her parents, I don't think it's my responsibility to bail them out, especially when I've never been asked directly by them. Welcome to the hallowed halls of Magic's Monologue. I'm Magic, your curator of personal growth and the sage keeper of the keys to today's tome of wisdom and knowledge. Today's video, am I the a-hole for saying no to guilt tripping over money? But before embarking on an expedition to knowledge and many people's abysmal life choices, I thank you for the thumbs up you've given me, the subscribe, and the smacking of the bell to be instantly notified of new videos. Let's begin the journey. This is a cautionary tale of why you must keep your head on a swivel when it comes to the behavior of women you are associating with, especially if you are looking at her as a long-term option. As I say repeatedly, you need to date for a good 4 to 5 years to evaluate her. You must also look at her family, as in, what kind of relationship does her parents have? Because that is the model she'll be using, both good or bad. Look at her mom or her primary female role model, because that is your future. If her mom is a controlling, manipulative, entitled harpy who runs roughshod over everyone, including her beta bitch dad, that's what she will most likely turn into. Additionally, women who grew up without a positive masculine male role model do not learn how to respect a man or masculine authority in the proper way. This means she never learned how to respect men, which by extension means she won't respect you in the long run. She can't, because she never learned how. Finally, who are her friends? Is she surrounded by other women in positive, stable marriages or relationships? Or are her girlfriends Chad chasing, twice divorced carousel riders? Remember, you are an average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If her friends are the latter, expect them to, at some point, sabotage your relationship or give her stupid, self-destructive advice. This is why I attempt to associate with people who have earned the very things and success I want. If you see red flags before the wedding, don't ignore them. Never forget, bad behavior in women, greediness, narcissistic traits, and entitlement during the courtship phase will not get better after marriage. It will consistently and considerably get worse. As you will see from this story, when you see the signs, don't be so arrogant to think you can save her from herself. You can't. The best thing you can do for yourself and your life is to be like Forrest Gump.
Run, Forrest, run! Run, Forrest!
He writes, I, male 30, work in tech and had a fantastic year at my job. I recently received a significant end-year bonus of $50,000 and I was thrilled. Well, heck, I bet you are. Good monkey, have a banana. I think I'm envious. By the way, if you recognize that reference and to which book it came from, call it out in the comments. I've been saving for years to buy a house. This bonus is going directly into my house fund. My fiancé, female 28, knows this and was initially supportive. Slap to the back of the head. Wait, What? Did you tell her? Dude, never tell someone you are not married to the full extent of your finances. I get the whole sharing and honesty thing. However, I also understand there are caveats for men today. Playing the percentages, the odds of a woman being with you and choosing you strictly for who you are and not what you can provide, well, you have a better chance playing blackjack in Vegas. By the way, the odds of winning a hand with 8 decks face down is about 42.22%. This means approximately 57% of the time, it's all about the lifestyle you can provide first and everything after. Sharing the fact that you now have an extra $34,175 was a dumbass move. And yes, I said $34,175 and not $50K. I made the assumption you're in the 24% tax bracket, and by the time the feds, Social Security, and Medicare are done making you bend over and pick up the soap in the shower, that's approximately what you'll be left with. Of course, you're going to need to stand up quickly because, oh look, here comes your local state with their handout. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. Then she dropped a bomb on me. She asked if I could spare $25,000 of my bonus to help her parents pay off their mortgage. Her parents have been struggling financially, and she feels it's only fair since we're going to be married and they're going to be my family too. You've got to be kidding me, right? That is so far beyond delusional that we left entitled 2 steaks back at a roadhouse talking to Patrick Swayze. Is she a social progressive or straight up Marxist or socialist or something? Only fair. Did she put in the hours to help you earn it? No. However, if you marry a woman like this, then your money is our money, meaning hers, and her money is her money. Guys, you cannot marry nor have children with a woman like this. Even with a prenup, count on getting divorced in 5 to 7 years, and her plotting to get her 50%. And yours too. I said no. I've worked extremely hard for this money, and while I feel for her parents, I don't think it's my responsibility to bail them out. Yes, high five, even on the black hand side. And that, class, is how you handle it like a king. I said no. I've worked extremely hard for this money, and while I feel for her parents, I don't think it's my responsibility to bail them out, especially when I've never been asked directly by them. Her response? She called me selfish and accused me of not caring about her family. She then brought up how her parents have sacrificed so much for her, and it's the least I could do. Well, fine. She can get a second job and honor the sacrifice of her parents and put her time, effort, blood, sweat, and tears where her mouth is. She's been cold to me ever since. She also told her parents about my bonus without my permission. And I'm now getting guilt-tripped by them. They haven't outright asked for the money, but have made several comments about how lucky I am to have extra cash and how some people don't get that kind of opportunity. When I mentioned that I plan to use the money to help secure our future with a house, my fiancé said, What future? You're already showing you don't care about the people who matter to me. I don't think I should have to justify how I use my bonus. But now even my own friends are split over whether I'm being reasonable or stingy. Am I the a-hole? All right. Short answer, no. The a-hole here is her and her family. Guys, a couple of important things to take note here. She also told her parents about my bonus without my permission. So your boundaries don't matter? Fail. A wife has her husband's back. Oh wait, fail. Remember he said about the parents, and now I'm getting guilt-tripped by them. They haven't outright asked for money, but they've made several comments about how lucky I am to have extra cash and how some people don't get that kind of opportunity. Do we see how the apple didn't fall far from the tree? This is why, if you are a relationship kind of guy, you must vet her family. That is the original source of her value systems, which turns into her model of the world, which creates her outcomes in life. Gentlemen, I'm sure he can't see it at the moment. However, he's the luckiest man alive since this crap happened before the wedding. A woman's bad habits don't get better after the wedding. They get worse because she's like, now I've got him. He's trapped. The state rewards them with cash and prizes for bad behavior, and she can use that to bludgeon you into submission, and all women know this. This guy, if he's smart, will cancel the engagement, dump her on the side of the road, and keep going because he dodged a bullet. Lastly, she's 28, which means the wall is here for her. I can't help but wonder if this was the guy she was settling for, because once upon a time, she would have never given him the time of day. There's a thing called the hot girl summer, which lasts about 10 years, where women go out and, well, rack up a body count because they think they're men. If you're one of those guys that during her hot girl summer, when she was in her 20s, she would have ignored you. And now that you're hitting your stride in your 30s, you're making decent money, oh, all of a sudden you're a catch. Or you're the guy who can provide and she wants to settle down. If you're one of these guys where women never paid you any kind of attention and all of a sudden women are because you're doing well, wake up. Chances are this is the reason. Therefore, take the time to put your assets in an LLC and trusts, so that when she inevitably goes to take you to the cleaners, you're protected. Also, during the courtship phase, if you're a relationship guy, let them know that at some point, if you ever decided to marry, just as a general conversation, there will always be a prenup. This way she can't say, but he hit me with a surprise, honey. I was talking about that since the fourth date. Make sure there is an adultery clause, because a woman like this one, she will cheat on you. Usually with an ex, a coworker, or he's just a friend. Always get a paternity test, either out in the open where she voluntarily gets a nip test, which is a prenatal, or failing that, do it on the down low when the kid is born. Finally, if she suddenly got pregnant because you didn't use protection and she told you she was on the pill, or one of my favorites, oh, my IUD fell out. Yeah, right. Don't marry her. Let me explain why.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. Don't step into it. Don't reward deception. Meet your financial obligations. Be a dad. Of course, you're going to get a DNA test, but do not involve the state. you will regret it. If you found value in this video, then help a brother out by doing 3 things. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell, and share this with at least 3 friends who need to learn from this channel. Confession is good for the soul and this channel. Send me your personal relationship stories to share, or if you see an article online you think I should cover, send it to stories@magicsmonologue.com. If you have a moment, subscribe to my locals, Rumble, X, Getter, or Gab for future politically incorrect content, which this platform would definitely not appreciate. Through this, you're leading by example, encouraging other men to rise higher and ensuring you live a life of passion, purpose, and prosperity. If you're watching this on YouTube and want another video, kind of like this one right now, watch Dating Advice: Why Wedding Jitters Might Mean She's Not Wife Material. Otherwise, if you can't wait for my next new video, then click on one of these right now and watch another. Know the risks, play the game wisely, and I'll see you in the winner's circle.